Hey everyone, Fatty here. Just want to make another video lesson going over my loss. Actually set me red on the day. It was a pretty big loss. So let's just dive into it. I had this solid trade with Agri today. The failure to break down at the 4 area and kept holding VWAP, making a higher low, holding open price. So I saw this as a potential area where if it held, it could squeeze. That's exactly what happened, but not continue as much as I thought. Um, just took quick four, what was it, 412 to 472 into this spike here. So that wasn't bad, just smaller size. And I wish I had big size in it because I ended up trading Muln with big size as it was failing to break down and reclaiming open price play here. Uh, up for 5% or so. Like I was up like 10, 12 cents, so a little bit more, but just not enough volume to head higher. It's still kind of holding up, so thing could still be a play. But for now, that volume in the morning was acting like resistance. Or what I think also happened was too many people were expecting it to be a solid move today. So I just think that's what led to this weak push. There's just not enough buyers there to hold it up. They're all probably in it already. That's my take. I could totally be wrong. This thing could hold up, squeeze tomorrow, we get another beautiful play. I make my money back. But I had a pretty big size position, average at 185. Um, had this nice little bounce, but here late day just ended up tanking and got me out for 11-cent loss. So that sucks, but what are you gonna do? I had over 3,000 shares in it, so ended up being a bigger loss than I had wanted. So that wiped out my gains for the day and put me down red. Uh, yeah, so we got Gfai here. It was just jumping into other trades. That was kind of the review for my trades today. Just didn't work out. One of them, Agri, pretty good call. So here we have Gfai. I thought this thing needed some more fading to do, but ended up holding here and offered a very beautiful reversal. That high a day break in the VWAP hold. I usually look at that high a day break for confirmation of momentum switch. And here we have it. Could have got faked out in the morning, but after some failure to break down and holding VWAP, you get a solid double bottom. It fails to head lower, so shorts start covering, buyers start coming in, and you get this quick rip, failure to break down again, and another quick rip, and that's kind of it. But if this thing keeps failing to break down, it could possibly be a VWAP play to test the 130s, or if it holds up around the 130s with the float like it's got, doing the volume it is, I think it could possibly break that 135 level and head higher. So that's going to be a top watch. Watch list today, a little bit smaller. I felt like I was watching too many things today. But yeah, so I have a previous video lesson going over some of the other plays. I think KSCP, I went over it. That was a good call. Some of the stuff from Twitter that I called. I don't want to really get into it. I really just want to go over, record that I got a loss today. And there's some of these other plays I'm still looking for. TMC, pretty nice. Ended up getting a solid pushback to breakout level here. So we'll see if this either gaps up massively or if it fails to break down. We get a 334 previous high at daybreak. Be ready for some choppiness with this one. Um, Another one, Cyrn today. This one took off. This was also another bounce play that I just took my eye off. Um, Beautiful, beautiful bounce. You get that spike in the morning. Could have almost traded this alone, just under 10%, but it fails to break down. You get that high at daybreak. Failure to crack that. That becomes support with the VWAP, and that just squeezes shorts out again. And buyers, if I was watching it, would have found this more intriguing and started buying into it, but totally missed it. And you get a beautiful move from the mid fives to the high sixes, and low seventh after hours. So it was right into the close to push. So that is very unfortunate to miss it. I'm kind of done with it. I want to watch as little amount of plays as possible. I don't want to stretch myself thin and just get distracted. So yeah, I feel like that was kind of happening today. Here we have Cead, low float, SEAD, not SEED. Solid push here, decent little call on this. I thought it would get higher, but I saw this play, if it failed to break down, made a higher low, we could have got a solid push, offered only 10%, then it failed. Low flow, doing good volume, not much overhead resistance. I think if this thing could fail to break down, hold VWAP, previous high at daybreak, we can get a push up to the 289 area, or it could just be patient, let it develop, fail to break down, and head higher from there. Um, and when I say develop, like you want the play to develop, this is kind of what I mean. This is a play here where it's not something you'd really want to buy on the front side right away. Like you don't have to buy at any cost. Let the play develop. Let it set a range. Let it show you what it's going to do. If it's going to break down, fail to break down and start coming back with some volume. Um, so just give it some time. Be patient. You don't need to get in at any cost. So let the play develop. Let shorts get trapped. Let buyers keep coming in, and let it start making that solid higher trend, or rather trend higher, and buy into the lows, risk off the bottom, and ideally it takes a top off, something like Cyrn, but in this case with TMC, slow grind, just barely, almost 10%, not even, but nonetheless relatively good. Could have walked away positive. And then there was Rkda as well, letting this develop. You could have. This was kind of devastating. So I ended up taking off from my previous video lesson in the 230s, 40s. Um, so that took off. Got a 272, 273 breakout level that I'm still kind of watching. Looks like this thing might take off without me. I don't know, but it's a very choppy move. Failed to crack it here late day, making a higher low. So this makes me think this is kind of the base now, and that we broke it after hours. We might gap up tomorrow, but could not work out, and you get the failure to break down tomorrow, and then it ends up reversing, or just completely dies tomorrow, and there's no volume. So you gotta wait and see. But right now, this is looking pretty good. Um, yeah, so this could have been a solid move, selling into after hours, quick 10%, getting into 60s, 70s here. Yeah, so kind of a crappy day, finishing it red. But what are you gonna do? It's part of the game. So we're just gonna get ready for tomorrow. Learn from our mistakes. See what plays are for tomorrow to prepare for, and get to know like the back of your hand. Or just be patient. It seems like a play is just popping up randomly that you could trade. So yeah, that's kind of the end of the day today. I ended up taking a crappy loss. Some other plays were taken off. My attention was not in the right area, so neither was my capital. But hey, this thing could fail to break down. Who knows? We'll see what happens. There's plenty of opportunities tomorrow still on the table. Just got to eat the L today and just move on. So that's part of the game. Hope everyone has a great day, great trading day. Hope they have a great evening and night here. And let's just get ready to attack tomorrow.